Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our fall recruitment kickoff for the Mayflower Council. It's Rob DeFazio from the Mayflower Membership and Unit Service team hosting for you tonight and talking a little bit about the exciting concepts we have coming up for our fall recruitment season for all of our unit types, everything from Cub Scouts to Scouts BSA to venturing crews, sea scouting ships, and of course, our exploring program. We're preparing right now for Joint Scouting Day as well as recruitment for our other programs. But on the Cub Scout level, I wanted to talk briefly, real quick, about what we've been doing because our premise is if we fill the Cub Scout packs, eventually they lead to filling the Scouts BSA troops. And as they continue their scouting career, they may venture off into venturing. So right now, we've been working on our marketing campaign that includes social media advertising as well as streaming ads that you might find on some of those streaming services. We also have invested in a postcard mailing that is being mailed to all 63 of our communities that we serve, to families that have children that would be of Cub Scout age. Additionally, you may have seen us on Boston 25 as part of their zip trips in some of our communities. And we're very happy that they've asked us to participate in this program. It's a great opportunity for us to show scouting off at its best, as well as promote our upcoming fall recruitment program, as well as we're preparing you right now, getting you all ready for fall recruitment. To give you a current update of where things are at right now, looking at things throughout the council, we currently have 26 packs that have 20 or less scouts enrolled. And we feel that that's a number that can be improved upon a little bit. So we are going to be doing an outreach to those particular packs to talk about Joint Scouting Day and talk about how we can make it more successful for them. We want to understand your needs as a team, be able to work with you side by side to make that all happen. The good news is 95% of the majority of our packs in the Mayflower Council are family packs, which means they're both open to boys and to girls. Additionally, this presents an opportunity to promote scouting as something the whole family can do. So even if you have a mom and son coming to your Joint Scouting Day event, this is an opportunity to not only recruit the child, but also recruit the adult into the program and sell scouting, if you will, as something that the adult can do with their child to create a better bond, right? Lastly, it also does present future opportunities for us to start and grow Scouts BSA girls troops throughout the council. In Scouts BSA right now, we have 32 Scouts BSA troops that currently have 10 or less scouts enrolled, and we feel again that that is a low number that can be improved upon. So for those units, our team is going to be reaching out over the next month to help with fall recruitment for Scouts BSA troops. Again, we talked about that high number of family Cub Scout packs. It presents that opportunity for us to grow the number of Scouts BSA girl troops, as well as the membership in those troops as those Webelos cross over in the next few years. Additionally, speaking of crossover, that usually happens in the spring, but there are other recruitment opportunities for Scouts BSA troops, including re-engaging drop scouts, as well as bring a buddy nights. And we'll talk a little bit more about what our plans are for that coming up in a few minutes. Venturing and sea scouting have seen new crews come on the scene in 2023. And even though venturing and sea scouting is going to be part of our fall recruitment discussion tonight, one of the other things we are doing in conjunction with the Venturing Officers Association is working with them to develop a specific plan for recruitment for that age group and for that aspect of scouting. So venturing is down 2/3 from the beginning of 2022, and we really do want to work on building that number back up. And we now have 2 Sea Scout ships in the Mayflower Council, and they are also working on developing their program as well as growing their membership in 2023. One of the things we don't talk about too often, but I'm sure you're aware of, is our exploring program, which is more vocational and allows us to be able to set up an exploring post and provide teens with an opportunity to get hands-on training and experience in a particular vocation to help them make it a career. And this year, we have officially started one new fire and emergency medical service post in 2023. We have one more that is in progress, and we are continuously out there working on opportunities for us to start exploring posts among the vocations that are available. We are also approaching school systems at this time of the year to go in and provide them with a free career interest survey. The scouting office nationally has a career interest survey that we can go in and give and provide to the school that allows a few things. It allows us as a council to understand if there are any trends where starting a exploring post might be appropriate, and we can give that information and the data we collect to the guidance department at the school. So we're actually doing some research for the school and improving our relations in the school systems, which is really neat. Additionally, as we get this data, we need to find charter partners. And again, with police departments and fire EMS, those are pretty easy. But for some of our other vocations, we're going into the business community. So as part of that, we're networking with chambers of commerce and the members of those chambers of commerce to locate new opportunities for posts to be started. So to give you an overview on fall recruitment, fall is our best recruitment period, which is why we put a lot of effort into it. We are working on stuff for the spring immediately after fall recruitment is done, but fall recruitment as a traditional time frame always works well because it is back to school, back to scouting, and where Cub Scouts follows the school year for advancement, it just makes sense to get them started as they go back to school. For those Scouts BSA units or venturing crews or Sea Scouting ships that participated last year, yes, the pizza parties are back. Slices for Scouting is back. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. And remember, more Scouts that you bring into your program also presents an opportunity to have access to more adult volunteers to help your program run and be successful. As I said earlier, it's really important for us to recognize that we're not just recruiting the youth to be a Cub Scout. We're recruiting the whole family to participate in the program, to enjoy the program that we work hard to provide. For venturing and sea scouting, we've already started new venturing crews this year, and we are working on building stronger membership in our existing crews and ships. And as I said before, right now, this is the time, once school gets started, we're going to be reaching out to the school districts and trying to get in there to do career interest surveys so that we can start working on some new Explorer posts. So as you can see, we're not just focused on Cub Scouts, we're focused everywhere, but we do put a lot of emphasis on Cub Scouts because Joint Scouting Day has always been a successful element of fall recruitment. So as I said before, it is an annual thing. It's Joint Scouting Day, and we're going to talk a little bit more about September 9th and 10th or thereabouts, because some units are doing it the weekend after. Some units have a community event that they're tying into that's later on in the month. And that's the flexibility about Joint Scouting Day. We're also focusing on event-based recruitment. You might not have a community event that's happening now. You might have something happening around the holidays and Christmas time. But now's the time to get started on a plan if you're going to be part of that event and how you might be able to recruit with that. Whether it's setting up a booth or maybe hosting a back to school bash or a bowling night where your whole unit goes bowling and everybody can bring a friend. There are natural friend activities which help with recruitment because it's not doing the sales pitch. It's providing them with a little taste of the experience that's going to help them decide if they want to enroll in your unit. So some important aspects for fall recruitment this year. One of the things that we are encouraging PACs to do this year is to pick a day and have all of their Cub Scouts wear their Cub Scout shirt to school. and make it obviously optional, but at the same time, encourage that to happen. Two things happen when that goes on. The first thing is kids who are not Cub Scouts will ask the youth in the Cub Scout shirt about why he's wearing a shirt like that. And that's a good opportunity for them to say, I'm a Cub Scout and we're having a recruitment event. And they reach in their pocket and they pull out a buddy card and go, and I'd like to invite you. Slices for Scouting, as I said before, is back. It's our pizza party program for troops, crews, and ships to help build membership using a natural friend activity, namely kids getting together and enjoying a couple of slices of pizza. Additionally, we are doing the outreach. We talked about the low number units. Our team, the Membership and Unit Service team, is working on a plan and will be reaching out over the next few weeks to low number units to offer assistance as well as develop recruitment strategies to help these units build their membership. So a couple of important reminders before I dig into what we're doing for fall recruitment this year. And this one in particular is for Cub Scout Packs. We're encouraging you to please review your current roster. And if you had any scouts that have crossed over and you didn't initiate the transfer to the Scouts BSA troop that they went to, please go in and do it. Two things happen with that. First of all, it helps with us having a more accurate registration for the scout, as well as it allows them to be properly covered by insurance. God forbid that is necessary. But at the same time, it also does ensure that you as a pack have an accurate count and an accurate roster. And that's also going to help when you get to recharter, which happens in November. We're also encouraging all of our units to have a method where people can apply while they're at your joint event. We call them joint events because in a lot of cases, people come to join. So make sure you're presenting an opportunity for them to join on the spot if that's what they feel they would like to do, and have that available, whether it's a tablet and Wi-Fi or a laptop and Wi-Fi, or at the very least, a QR code that they can scan and get to your online application on their phone. And that usually comes courtesy of your beascout.org pin. And if you haven't updated it lately or haven't even looked at it lately, take some time and go to beascout.org and look yourself up. Make sure the information's accurate. Make sure that you have information about your fall recruitment plans and the dates and how people can get more information. When parents go to this website and enter in the zip code and you come up and there's no information, there's nothing really that's going to entice them too much. And in some cases, you can answer every question they might have from the description you have about how you meet on Monday nights and how your charter partner is this particular organization. And to have that all there for them to look, it makes that particular decision about enrolling their child easier. So present them with the options. It's almost here, everybody. Joint Scouting Day is scheduled council-wide for September 9th. However, as I've been saying all along, if you're tied in with a community event that is not on September 9th, that's great. But you're going to go out in the community and use Joint Scouting Day as an opportunity to fill your pack. Scouts BSA troops watching this particular video should be reaching out to packs to offer assistance and help cross-promote. In some cases, where we're talking about the whole family being a scouting family or being part of the scouting experience, in some cases that includes older siblings. So having Scouts BSA units on hand to not only help, also helps with promotion. Additionally, it shows the parent the potential of the program in action right in front of them, which gives them more confidence when they go to enroll their child. And for the child, it gives them something to aim for. So don't discount those little things when you're making those plans. And again, if you're a pack and you haven't heard from your local troop, reach out to them as well and make sure you're working together. Additionally, we'd like to encourage all packs to plan a second event, whether it's a back to school night or a PTA or PTO event or something in your community that allows you to continue recruitment, maybe it's the follow-up opportunity for the families that show up on Joint Scouting Day, and more importantly, maintain a presence in your community. Additionally, once you've enrolled these new scouts, invite the parents to a parent night and make that parent night strictly about parents meeting other parents, parents learning about the program, and use it as an opportunity to present some opportunities for parents to volunteer and be part of scouting with their kids. It also does help, obviously, fill those open pack positions. So as a council, we've set a goal of 20 new Cub Scouts per pack this year, and we are working on incentive information and a cool incentive that we're going to offer for the top units. That information is forthcoming. Watch your email for more information. As soon as we have it all ready, we will get it out to you. Some important dates you need to know. Next Tuesday, August 15th, is going to be the day where the materials are going to be available for you for Joint Scouting Day. We're going to work as a team to get them out to our individual districts that we're going to be working with. So watch your email or feel free to reach out to our team if you haven't heard from anybody. If you're planning a second event, we highly recommend you have that booked before Joint Scouting Day. That way you can use that. Maybe you're doing a open house night. So maybe you're doing Joint Scouting Day as your opportunity to engage with people and invite them to your open house night or your next meeting. Have that all booked by them. But the one thing, again, we want to emphasize is please make sure you're presenting the opportunity that if the family wants to join, that they have that option to do it right on the spot. Our incentive, once we announce it, will be appropriate and applied to units whose Cub Scouts enroll online from September 4th through October 15th. Moving along, it's time to talk about some free pizza, everybody, and that is with regard to our Slices for Scouting program, which is back for 2023 for Scouts BSA troops, venturing crews, and Sea Scouting ships. We developed this program a couple of years ago, and we've been tweaking it ever since. But the premise of Slices for Scouting is to use a pizza party as teens going out and having pizza, to invite them to a pizza party where they can enjoy pizza with a buddy and engage in the scouting program through activity stations or different things you might have planned. This is an excellent opportunity to use peer-to-peer recruitment, which is our most popular recruitment technique, to enroll new scouts. And last year, we enrolled over 100 new Scouts BSA scouts into the 30 some odd units that took advantage of this. This is also a great opportunity to go and re-engage scouts that may have dropped off your roster over the past year. And if you need that report, contact our team and we're glad to help you with it. So let me break down quickly how this all works. So it starts with picking a party host who's going to be your unit representative. And that unit representative is going to have a couple of things they're going to need to do. They're obviously going to be the one that's going to track the RSVPs and help your scouts or your venturers have the ability to build a guest list. Once you've chosen your host, sit down and make sure you've got your date, time, and location, and get that into us using the form you'll see the QR code for in a minute. We need that by September 17th. At that point in time, you will be requesting your pizza party pack, and you'll start doing promotion for your party on social media to get the word out into the community that you are having a pizza party and you'd like to invite anybody of Scouts BSA age to come and learn more about joining Troop 2. From that, you're going to create an invite list as well as sit down with your scouts and ask them to give you the names of 2 or 3 of their friends who are not scouts, who might be good candidates to invite to a pizza party. Once you start getting your RSVPs, follow up with them and confirm no later than the week prior to the event. In fact, the week of the event, I would invite them at the beginning of the week and then 48 hours out. As part of your event, create a troop slideshow or a unit slideshow that shows off all the fun things you've done over the past year. It shows off the camp out, or maybe you went rock climbing, or maybe some of your scouts went to Jamboree or to Sea Base, whatever that is. Make sure you're showing off the fun of our program. Have your party and engage your guests with activity stations that allows them to experience the fun of what they're going to experience when they join your unit. And then have an opportunity, as I've said before, for them to sign up that night. Have a sign up station. In some cases, you might have scouts that are going to go home and talk it over, or they need to check a schedule. Have a follow-up plan in place to make sure that you're reaching out to those particular candidates. So we talked about the pizza party pack. What's in it? $30 of Domino's gift cards. Now, we interviewed all of our units for last year. And again, what we're doing here is we're trying to use pizza to entice new scouts. And we do understand $30 from Domino's may seem a little low, but we also give you discount codes from Domino's to make sure you're getting more bang for your buck. We want to make sure you get your prize pack. That includes those fun giveaways. We have a how-to guide that, again, includes those discounting codes. A quick start guide to scouting that for you to give to your new scouts, as well as a unit QR code to your online application. There is some training with this that we are going to be offering. And when you enroll, we will give you that information, and that will give you things such as how to make a Google form. So when people see your unit online and they see the ad for your Slices event, you can send the link and have them RSVP right to a Google form that'll show up in an Excel spreadsheet. So we do have a couple of things that we are going to help you with as part of this process and make some training available. So important dates for Slices for Scouting. Register your unit and pick a date by September 17th. Review the training materials and videos by September 24th. Materials are going to be distributed on or around September 23rd. And we are encouraging units to plan their party for between September 24th and November 15th. Enroll your unit right now. Take a moment, scan that QR code to enroll your troop. That should say troop, or crew, or ship. So the last thing I want to talk about tonight is something we talked about at Spring Recruitment. I feel that this is a great concept to show off scouting at its best. And it's called the Community Campfire. We're encouraging units to plan a community campfire sometime in the fall, September or October. This could be a great second event for your fall recruitment, or it could be part of the back to school thing, or it can help build pack, true, and ship camaraderie in your community. This is a combined event between pack and troop, or crew, where attendees can experience one of the most popular aspects of the scouting experience. And that is the fun campfires with the songs and the skits and just being outside and enjoying the fun that comes with sitting around the campfire. And using that to not only recruit, but show your unit off in the community. Troops and crews, those particular scouts and venturers, and pack and troop leadership will be the ones putting on the skits and the sing-alongs, and we're encouraging units to have refreshments and recruitment materials available. And again, the ability for people that if they're having fun and they would like to join your program, they can do that. Speaking of community campfire, one of the things that we have available to support this is a list of songs and skits, a recommended format. We can loan you a Wi-Fi hotspot so that if you're going to take registrations on the spot, you can have a laptop that's on the internet and you're able to do all of that right on the spot. We also do have social media and promotion ideas for you to be able to promote this in your community. One of the big partnerships you're going to have with community campfires with your local fire department. because they're going to obviously need to supervise some of this. So we recommend when you get started, and again, we have some training available that we'll be happy to send you, is talk to them about an appropriate location and what they need to provide to keep everybody safe. So we've covered a lot of the fall recruitment things, but membership and growing your membership in your unit isn't restrictive to just the fall or the spring. And there are times in every community, I'm sure, where you have an opportunity to show off scouting and possibly recruit at, whether it's the back to school night, or maybe your town has a winter stroll that you're going to have a table at, and you want some recruitment materials for that. The Mayflower Council is committed to making sure that any time you have a membership event, that we're providing you with the proper support and materials you need to succeed, including flyers and posters, buddy cards. Those are those little business cards that your scouts can hand to their friends with information about the event. We have our parent guides. In addition, we do have things that we can lend you, such as giant Jenga or beanbag toss. We do have a giant Connect 4 as well. We also do have Lego Pinewood Derby kits and tracks where kids can come over and they can make a Pinewood Derby. You can have little Pinewood Derby races with Legos right as part of your event. And we also do have branded Easy Up 10 by 10 canopies that really stand out in your community when you're doing these kinds of events. All of those materials are available, on a first come, first served basis. And you can access those at this QR code. If you already signed up for Joint Scouting Day and requested these materials, please speak to your appropriate team member, because again, those are available on a first come, first served basis, and they were not guaranteed at the time of sign up, but we are obviously trying to get as many of these materials to people as possible. So that's it, everybody. That's the gist of fall recruitment. If you have any questions, or you want more information about updating your beascout.org pin, or you have an idea for a recruitment thing that we can do in the future, please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is on the screen. It would be a pleasure to help you. Here's to success with fall recruitment, everybody. Thanks for attending, and have a good night.